Dena Mai Vishwam Prakalpitam Shrimat Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranavami Jagatam Gurum Yah Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punhasvayam Tam Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam Yasya prasadadahamadvayatma Vishvam samastam ayi kalpitancha Tan sarvalokaika gurum sadashri Swayam prakasham Gurumanatosmi Gurunam charanam bhojam Pranipatya nirantaram Tatkripa leshato dvaita Chinta kaustubhamarabhe Om. Now we are looking at the definition of Akhandatwam given by Kalpataru Acharya. And the definition is Aparyaya Aneka Shabda Prakashatvam Prakashatve Sati Avishishtatvam. Meaning, though it is something that which is illumined through many words, and those words are not synonyms. And also, it is not something which is qualified, avishishtatvam. Not that what is not qualified. So now, the teacher explains this in his commentary, Advaita Chinta Kaustubha. Oh, the page number, etc., 125 in the physical copy, 159 in the PDF. Kalpataru Acharya Nirvachanam Aha Yadva Iti. Now, out of these various definitions, at least the three definitions provided to us, and each one is defectless. So now there is a range of choice for one, whichever one finds is more appealing, and though all the three are defectless, that whatever one finds is easy to grasp, let him take that definition and go ahead. And so now that the Tika, the commentary explains us, Kalpataru Acharya Nirvachanam Aha Yadva Tatra eva Tesham Sammatim Aha Taduktam Iti. And how does Kalpataru Acharya say this, which has been, that Lakshanam has been done with the Parishkara, with refinement, and presented to us as Aparyaya Aneka Shabda Prakashatve Sati Avishishtatvam Akhandatwam. So in order to support that, he gives the original verse of Kalpataru Acharya, where he says, Avishishtam Aparyaya Aneka Shabda Prakashitam Ekam Vedanta Nishnataha Akhandam Pratipedire. So Tatreva Tesham Sammatim Aha. Furthermore, Ghatadau Nilotpaladau cha Ativyapti Varanaya Visheshanadvayam. He says that why are there these two parts, Prathamadala and the Uttaradala, Dvitiya Dala, to this definition, is because by keeping both those words, both those parts of the definition together, one will avoid the defect of ativyapti, the defect of overspelling. Where is the possibility of this definition, or just holding on to the one part, creating the defect of overspelling ghatado? So when it is said anek aparyaya aneka shabda prakashatvam. So over there, if it was just to say aneka shabda prakashatvam, now then the problem would be you have words like ghata, meaning the pot. Another synonym to ghata would be kumbha. Yet another would be kalasha. Now, if you are going to use all the three words, they are synonyms. And those being synonyms, they have the job, the duty of illuminating the same object. But it would be a defect if we are going to use several synonyms in one sentence, or if you are going to use synonyms in one sentence. Like, you are not going to say, bring me ghata, kalasha, pot, and kumbha. No. So that would mean that you are asking 4 different things to be brought, but it is only one. And therefore, ghatam anaya is going to suffice, and this only would be correct. You cannot say ghata kumbham anaya. That cannot be. So it would, why would that make a problem? Because then you mean to say there is some ghata which is not kumbha. And so you are specifically asking only such ghata to be brought which is not kumbha. Are you people getting that whole idea? How he is avoiding the ativyapti? And therefore, though, very good. So though there are many words, yet those words do not become the paryaya.
Yes,
it will not become the paryaya. So aneka shabda prakashatvam is one thing, but also what is it? Aparyaya aneka shabda. So we are going to use tat and we are going to use tvam. Correct? That tat also is pointing to Atma. Tvam is also pointing to Atma. But both of them cannot be said as to be synonyms because they both have different functions to do. Though both of them are illuminating the one and the same object. So also now look at the dvitiya dala. What is the dvitiya dala? Avishishtatvam. So when you are going to say nilotpalam, so now you have the utpalam, the blue lotus. Blue becomes the adjective and the utpalam is the substantive. Blue color is the quality, and this quality has to be there in some substance, and that substance over here is the lotus. So how is the lotus? Nila Vishishta Utpalam. Correct? Because when you understand what is Vishishtatvam, Vishishtatvam means there is a Visheshana and there is Visheshya. So Visheshana plus Visheshya equals to Vishishtam. Okay? That is Vishishtam. And this whatever is Vishishtam now qualified has the quality of being qualified, which means Vishishtatvam. Got it? So
yes, Swamiji.
Yes. So Nilotpaladau Chati Vyapti Varanaya Visheshanadvayam. So these Visheshanadvayas, which are given over here, have their own function to do. Now he says, sir, Akhandatwam means Brahman is Akhandam, and in that case, if the words are going to illumine Brahman, then there is going to be a problem, because there are going to be in fact, the problem has got two facets, two sides to it, two angles to it. And the first part of the problem is that whatever is illumined by the words, whether one word or many words does not matter, whatever is illumined by the words is bound to be limited. शब्द अपने घेरे में जिस वस्तु को लाके प्रकाशित करता है, तो शब्द का घेरा उस वस्तु को परिच्छिन्न कर देता है. So the words are able to draw the boundary on the object that they want to illumine. For example, just the ghata, the pot. So when the word pot shows you the object pot, which means the object is limited. It is not the table, it is not the pen, it is just this pot. So words would have the ability only to illumine that what is parichinnam, that what is limited, that what is limited in time, space, and as an object. But over here, when you are saying that Shabda Prakashatvam is there, then, and you say that it is Akhandam, which means which is not limited by time, space, or object, how would it be possible? So he gives you a little explanation over here. With the second part of that problem would be Shruti Virodha. What will it be? Shruti Virodha. Because the Shruti herself says that Brahmavastu is that, Akhandavastu is that which cannot be illumined by words or thoughts. Correct? How does the Shruti says? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That from where the words or even the thoughts return back as futile instruments, because they are futile. They cannot illumine. They went over there with an intention to illumine Brahman, but they have come back with a failure, cannot illumine Brahman. So, yato vacho nivartante aprapya, they could not attain aprapya manasasaha. So those words along with the thoughts have returned back, shaking their hands in futility. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. So there is a Shruti which says that Brahman, Akhandavastu, is that which cannot be illumined by words or thoughts. So you cannot conceptualize it. It cannot be spoken and illumined. So ityadi, so there is a Shruti Virodha. You are saying Shabda Prakashatvam, and thoughts are going to form, taking the aid of those words. So if you are going to say that, then there is Shruti Virodha. The first one that we have shown is what? The logical impossibility. And the second one is Shruti Virodha. Why Shruti Virodha is a dosha? Why is it called as a defect? Because the Shruti is a pramanam. And if you are going against the pramanam, which means you are rejecting the means of knowledge. If you are going to reject the means of knowledge and then still say, well, this is correct, this is how the object is, how have you known that it is like this? So you have no means of knowing and yet you claim to know it, that means it is just something which is irrelevant. So therefore, Shruti Virodha, when we are saying, it means that rejection of Pramana. Why are we talking about Shruti over here? Because in Brahman, her Shruti alone is Pramanam. There is no other means how you could know what Brahmavastu is. The only one which shows is Shruti. Therefore, Shruti Virodha will take place. You will reject the Pramanam. And then if you want to reject the Pramanam, might as well you could have your own ideas and you could have your own fantasies, because people keep floating into that. Nothing is Pramana Siddham. Oh, I feel it that way. You can feel anything. I feel you are a big fool. Then ityadi, nothing like that. I feel I am an angel floating in the air. You can feel whatever you want. You could ride a unicorn. Does not matter. So Shruti Virodha, that's why is a dosha. Not that it is some sort of a sin or a pap and you're speaking blasphemous against the Shruti. It is not being blasphemous or anything. It simply means that Shruti Virodha means rejection of Pramana. And that's why it is a dosha. Not that, tumko paap lagega Shruti ke viruddha bologe to. No, paap vaap sab theek hai. Basically, it will become what? You are creating something which is not established through the appropriate means of knowledge, and that's why it is a dosha. Otherwise, these people have got this various ideas. Oh, paap lagega, it is blasphemous. How are you speaking against our scriptures? No, speaking against the scriptures is a paap for you, but for us the problem is that it is pramana virodha. So yato vacho nivartante ityadi shrutya brahmanaha Vang manasati tattva pratipadanat. What has happened? By that Shruti, the Shruti already has said, how is Brahman? He is beyond the scope of any thought or the speech. Brahmanaha vang manasati tattva pratipadanat. Ati tattva. Atita means beyond the scope, which means cannot be conceptualized, cannot be spoken. Because once when you have a concept, then you can have the words to present the concept. Or if you do not know something, the words will help you build the concept. So speech and the thought, both of them are what? Are relegated to being useless over here. So Vang Manasati Tattva Pratipadanat Sakshat Shabda Prakashatvam Anupapannam. What is Anupapannam? What is unacceptable and what is in the sense what cannot be proven is the Sakshat Shabda Prakashatvam. Just as when I say, let us say, there is this pen. So this is some object. Think about it. There is some object. There is some object in Swamiji's hand. And then Swamiji says, this is a pen. Not a pen drive, but this is a pen. Now, these words have illumined the object for you. Supposing that you did not know what this object is, I'm telling you this is a pen. Why you did not know? You could have had a doubt. Is it a pen or is it a pencil which is shaped like a pen? So I'm telling you, no, sir, this is a pen. And now you know. So the words have directly illumined the object. So here he says, Sakshat Shabda Prakashatvam Anupapannam. The words can directly illumine Brahman is not acceptable. Why not acceptable? Because it is not, something which is coherent or which is not something which is not logical. Anupapannam tathapi, yet, what is there? Vachyartham adaya. What have you done? Vachyartham. So now all of you know what is Vachyartha, what is Lakshartha. Correct? Hopefully people have not forgotten. Vachyartha, Lakshartha.
Yes, Swamiji.
Correct. What is the Vachyartha of the word Tat? What is the Vachyartha?
Mayopahita Chaitanyam.
Mayopahita Chaitanyam Ishvaraha. Correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
And what is the Vachyartha of the word Tvam?
Stula Shukshma Karana Sharira Upahita
Vidya
Chaitanyam. Correct. So it simply means that the Mayopahita Chaitanyam is the Vachyartha. When the word is spoken, the meaning which appears in your intellect is Vachyartha. When I say Tat Ishvaraha, it means Mayopahita Chaitanyam. When I say you, it means Jiva, Avidyopahita Chaitanyam. Correct? So now this, if you are simply going to take the Vachyartha, are these not two different? One is Mayopahita Chaitanyam. So there are two Chaitanyas then. One is Mayopahita Chaitanyam, the other one is Avidyopahita Chaitanyam. Consciousness with the conditioning of Maya, consciousness with the conditioning of Avidya. So how many consciousnesses now you have here? Two. So if you are simply going to take the Vachyartha, that Vachyartha will bring you two objects over here. So basically, and it is spoken, Tat is spoken, Tvam is spoken. Two words. And so Vachyartham adaya, accepting the Vachyartha, because without the Vachyartha you cannot go to Lakshartha. So Vachyartham adaya antakarana dvara. Now these Vachyartha is processed by the intelligence. Antakarana dvara. Antakaranam means
Mana Buddhi Ahankar.
Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. This is the inner instrument, which means is called as the Antakaranam. So we are basically talking about Buddhi over here. Antakarana dvara. Now the intelligence processes it. And Lakshanaya. And in that process, through the Lakshana, we go to the Lakshyartha of them. So Tat is Tvam, Tvam is Tat. That is what is said by the Vyakhya. Okay? And that Lakshana is the processes of Lakshana. And so this is how Shabda Prakashatvam is there. Though not directly, it is indirectly. Lakshanaya Shabda Prakashatvam Sambhavati eva is possible. So in the first place we said Shabda Prakashatvam is not possible. But we are saying though it is not directly possible, yet it is possible through when the Vachyartha is accepted and processed by intelligence through the process is called as the Lakshana. Shabda Prakashatvam Sambhavati eva. Or else, sir, what would be the problem if this is not there? Then, Anyatha Tantva Upanishadam Purusham Prichhami Ityadi Shruti Virodhapatte. Now, otherwise, just as you will have Yatovacho Nivartante is this Shruti, there is yet another Shruti which says that this Brahman is known through Upanishad, Aupanishadam Purusham Ityadi. Ityadi. So these two Shrutis will stand in Virodha. There is no Virodha. Why there is no Virodha? When Tantua Upanishadam Purusham Prichhami, it means it is that Vastu, that Purusha, the consciousness, that being is shown by Upanishad. Upanishad is words. So by words, but Upanishad itself says it is not illumined by words, which means it is illumined through Lakshana, through Lakshartha. Anyatha, otherwise some people, oh, Paramatma is beyond thoughts and words. Oh, don't talk. Keep quiet. That is what is meant by this. No. Hey, it means that otherwise what is the point of even having Tattvamasi Mahavakyam? Tantva Upanishadam Ityadi Shruti Virodhapattehe Tasmat, therefore, Tattvamasyadi Vakyam Lakshartha Upadaya. Therefore, what does this sentence, how does this sentence work? Vakyam Lakshartha Upadaya. Now the Lakshartha is accepted. Okay. Lakshartha is accepted. In accepting the Lakshartha, what did you do? What is the Lakshartha of Tatpada?
Akhanda Chaitanyam.
Akhanda Chaitanyam. And what is the Lakshartha of Tvampada?
Pratyak Chaitanyam.
Pratyak Chaitanyam. And in taking that, what did you do? The Upadhi, the conditioning of Maya and Avidya, which has become the Visheshana over there, kind of a Visheshana, is dropped. Okay? Lakshartha Upadaya Akhandaswarupa Pratipadane Pravartate. तत्वमसी महावाक्यम प्रवर्तते, उसका प्रवर्तन होता है, वो बरतता है, चलता है, कैसे वर्तन करता है? तो how does it function? This vakyam lakshartha upadaya, both the laksharthas, the lakshartha of tatpada, the lakshartha of tvampada is accepted, and then it goes to show Akhandaswarupam. Akhandaswarupa Pratipadane Pravartate iti Niravadyam is absolutely unrefutable. Niravadyam. Okay, up to this point. Astu. Let this be. Tattvamasyadi Vakyam Akhandartha Bodhakam. Okay, sir. Now you have done a lot of anugraha on us by showing how this Mahavakyam is able to show Akhanda Vastu. Okay? Akhandartha Bodhakam. Then Tata Kim Syat. Oh, well, even if that what is Akhandam is known, what would happen in knowing Akhanda Vastu? Tata Kim Syat. Ataha aha. Hence, the teacher further says, Evam iti. Evam iti means Tata Kim Evam iti is an answer to which question? Tata Kim Syat. So what will happen? Even if Akhanda Vastu is known, what would happen is the question. So he answers as Evam iti. Evam Tattvanusanthani Vakya Janya Akhanda Paroksha Jnanad Ajnana Nivrittihi. So now Tattvanusanthani Vakya Janya. Now this Vakyam, Mahavakyam, generates Janya. It generates. What does it generate? Akhanda Paroksha Jnana. What does it generate? It generates the knowledge which is aparoksha, which is direct, and it is the knowledge of akhanda, that what is partless, infinite. Ek akhanda paroksha jnanad ajnana nivrittihi. So akhanda aparoksha jnanad, the knowledge of akhandam, which is aparoksha. Aparoksha meaning directly known. And that aparoksha jnanam also means it is experience. When we are saying experience, what does it mean? That knowledge is free from samshaya and viparyaya. Got it?
Yes, Swami.
Bhai, clear hai na?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swami.
Yeah.
Yes, Swami.
Yes, Swami.
Experience is nothing, but it is knowledge which is free from doubts and contradictions. Huh? What is the contradiction? Contradiction means you take the example of the snake and the rope. What is the object? Rope. Rope is the object. But what is the person knowing now? Snake. So to know the rope as snake is viparyaya. Correct? Huh? So to know the rope as snake, viparyaya, because it is viparita jnanam, it is viparita bhavana, viparita jnanam, it is viparita means opposite, contradiction. It is not, and yet you are calling it that or knowing it like that. That's why it is contradictory. That's why it is viparyaya. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
Swami.
So the object is what? Rope. You are seeing, experiencing it as snake. And therefore, this kind of an experience which is filled with viparyaya, which is actually viparyaya, is not aparoksha jnanam. So over here, it is not jnanam basically. Though it is aparoksha, it is not jnanam. It is an error. So now this is viparyaya. So in our case, what is it? Atma is Brahman, and in spite of that, what is it that one knows? That I am a jiva, I am parichinna. That is what is known. I am good, I am bad, I am beautiful, I am great, I am not that great. All these are what? Viparyayas. And there is some Ishvara, all this is viparyaya. Apart, Ishvara is apart from me, so and so forth, is all viparyaya. And therefore, that knowledge which is aparoksha, and it is knowledge, which means it is appropriate. Knowing the rope as rope is knowledge, but knowing the rope as snake is an error. Knowing Atma as Brahman is knowledge. knowing Atma as anything else. So, then there are some people, I am a special avatar of Buddha. I am Maitreya Buddha. You can call yourself Maitreya, you can call yourself Dattatreya, you can call yourself Ganpati, Phalana, Dhika, kuch bhi bolo. But all that you are saying is that you are not Brahman. Do you see this? So all these claimants are all what? Bhrantaha. They are all deluded. Oh, you people only Vedantis. हम क्या करें? वो प्रमाण है. Deham pranamapi indriyaanyapि chalam buddhim cha shunyam viduhu stri balandha jadopamaastvahamiti. Aham is what? Stri bala jada manda tivra, whatever you can call yourself. Stri balandha jadopamaastvahamiti bhranta brisham vadinaha. And they are all vadis. Emphatically, they go on wanting to say, I am the special person. I am the special. What special? I am enlightened. I am special. You are not enlightened. I am enlightened, and my job is to enlighten you, to transform you, to change you, to bring you to this world of whatever, create paradise on the earth, all such things. Bhrantaha bhrisham vadinaha. They keep on talking about it. Vaad karte hain. And then this is how the whole thing is. So, Tattvanusanthani Vyakhya janya Akhanda aparoksha jnanad. What happens? Ajnana nivrittihi. That idea, the concept that I am parichinnam goes away. That I am, the meaning of I is no longer a limited being, the limited consciousness, the limited existence, but I am that consciousness, existence, which is anantam, and therefore satyam, which means existence, jnanam, consciousness, and anantam, meaning infinite, limitless. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma tad brahma ahamiti. He knows. Now with this knowledge, what happens? That ignorance goes away. Ignorance goes away. Ajnana nivritti takes place. Well, let the ignorance go away. Then what is what happens even if the ignorance goes away? Anandavaptischa. Then because the ignorance is the cause of misery, and when ignorance has gone away, the sukham, which is the swarupa, now was lost because of ignorance, then is as if attained. Anandavaptischa. This is also that we can say Ananda is praptam, is attained. Taduktam, that is what is said. Pratyak bodhoya abhati sodvayananda lakshanaha advayananda rupascha pratyak bodhaika lakshanam. This knowledge of being ahamasmi, pratyak bodha, that I am, this knowledge, this consciousness, I am. Ya abhati, and it illumines, this I am illumines even the thought I am. So the thought I am is not I, but I am is that knowledge which illumines everything. So pratyak bodho ya abhati, that which is self-illuminous. How is it? Saha advayananda lakshanaha, is non-dual and infinite, and hence ananda rupaha. Because that what is alpam is dukkham. And that's why that which is free from duality, from alpatva, from any kind of limitation, that which is free from this duality, advaya is ananda. So this pratyak bodha is advayananda. And that what you have understood as advayananda rupa is this pratyak bodha. Pratyak bodhaika lakshanaha, which means aham brahma, and then brahma aham iti. So aham brahma brahmaham iti. Like that. Pratyak bodhaika lakshanaha taduktam. So anandavaptischa. And thus the Parama Purushartha is accomplished. Acharya Shlokam Vyachaste. Evam Ukta Prakarena Ahameva Brahma Brahma Eva Ahamasmi iti Mahavakya Janya Akhanda Paroksha Jnanam. Therefore, this knowledge which is generated by the Mahavakyam, Tato Anartha Nivrittihi. What does that do? What does this knowledge do? Anartha Nivrittihi. It eradicates the anartham, the misery. Anartha Nivrittihi. Anandavaptischa. And also the attainment of Ananda. Anandavaptischa bhavati iti sheshaha. Anandavaptischa bhavati. So that is that bhavati should be as a verb added over there. Bhavati iti sheshaha. Tatra acharya sammatim aha. So in that case, Acharya Bhashyakara sammati is his approval is, so what we have said is not something, not acceptable or not approved by the Acharya, is not so. Taduktam, where is that Taduktam? In the earlier page, it looks like. Taduktam, that Taduktam pratyak bodho ya abhati, so dvayananda lakshanaha, this is the Acharya ukti. Acharya over here is Shankaracharya Bhagavan, Bhashyakara. Acharya sammatim aha taduktamiti. Acharya shlokam vyachaste. Now he explains the Acharya shloka. What is that? Itham anyonya tadatmya pratipattir yada bhaved abrahmatvam tvamarthasya vyavarteta tadaivahi. And thus itham, in this way, anyonya tadatmya pratipatti. Over here, the tadatmya, don't think about the word tadatmya as
identification.
Identification, but what otherwise, how is tadatmya defined? Bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam tadatmya.
Yes.
But over here, the word tadatmya does not mean bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam. It means oneness, ekatvam. Okay? Did we not do this topic where he had used the word tadatmyam to mean ekatvam? Does anybody remember that? Guys, find it out, your homework. Just few pages before, the word tadatmya was explained, and over there he said that tadatmya is not applicable as bhinnatve sati abhinnatvam, but it means ekatvam. Tadatmya pratipattir yada bhave, that ekatma pratipatti, understanding takes place, then what happens? Abrahmatvam tvamarthasya. Now this tvam, tvamartha, the meaning, the object of the word tvam is seen as abrahma. When you are saying aham jivaha, aham karta, aham bhokta, I am a man, I am a woman, I am good, I am bad, I am punyavan, I am papi, I am beautiful, I am ugly, I am old, I am young. Whatever is being said, I am a president, I am just a commoner, I am irrelevant, I am very, very important. All whatever is said, what does that mean? That I am not Brahman. Is not it true? Tvamarthasya, in all that is being said about Tvamartha, it means that I am not Brahman. So now this I am not Brahman, that which you are holding on to so closely is actually the seed cause of all misery. So abrahmatvam tvamarthasya vyavarteta is removed. Tada evahi, at that very moment, tada evahi tadarthasya paroksham. And then what is that? That tat is, tadartha is Ishvara. How is Ishvara? Paroksha. It must be something like that, not directly known. So that Ishvara is known, but indirectly we simply have to believe. No, sir. Tadarthasya cha paroksham. That paroksha of the indirectness of Ishvara also is gone. So Atma darshanam hi Isha darshanam, Ramana Maharshi says, now has taken place only through Tattvanusandhanam Mahavakya. So tadarthasya cha paroksham yadi evam kim tatashrunu. Then what happens when this happens? Tataha purnanandaika rupena now pratyak bodho vatishthate. And thus this pratyak bodha, this knowledge, I am, how does it stand? As this pratyak bodha purnananda rupena is brimming with ananda lakshana, ananda rupena. And that ananda is also not some, moda, pramoda, etc. Then what? Purnanandaika rupena pratyak bodho vatishthate. This is how this I is, I remains. Avatishthate. Anyonya tadatmya pratipattihi. Now he only will once again tell you. Anyonya tadatmya pratipattihi. That this aham is Brahma, Brahman is aham. Anya tadatmya. Anyonya tadatmya pratipattihi. How is that? Aham Brahma, aham Brahma, aham Brahmasmiti, Brahmaivahamasmiti, Akhandakara vrittihi. This is the Akhandakara vrittihi. So now that there is a cognition which rises that I am Brahman, that Brahman I am, that I am, that I am. This rises. Akhandakara vritti takes place. Taya vrittishyane. So it is a cognition, and this cognition has to take place. It is a cognition. Those people who say, no, it is not cognition, it is not a thought. No, it is a vritti. It is a vritti. And this vritti has to rise, and without the vritti rising, the ajnana nivritti cannot take place. Taya vrittya ajnane nivritte, when the ajnanam is removed, nivritta, abrahmatva parokshatvadinam nivrittatvad. So this, that abrahmatva and parokshatva also are gone. Because, pratyagatmanaha akhandananda swarupa vaptir bhavati. And thus, swarupa prapti takes place. As swarupa prapti means that is swarupa. Then what is the prapti? That it was as if lost. And so Akhandananda Swarupa Vaptir Bhavati iti shloka Tatparyarthaha. This is what is meant by the ukti of Acharya. Ukti meaning the words of Acharya. So this is iti prathama paricheda samaptaha. So over here at this point, we have completed the first chapter of Tattvanusandhanam. Iti prathama paricheda samaptaha. In the commentary, he says, Aham brahmasmi iti jnanena brahmanaha parokshatva anatmatva nivrittihi. Parokshatva means what? Anatmatva. Okay, now you say that there is Brahman, that Brahman is Ishvara. So that is something other than you. Even if there is Akhanda Chaitanyam, that Akhanda Chaitanyam is Ishvara, not you. So that is Anatmatva Buddhi is taking place. This Buddhi, this Paroksham means that Anatmatva Buddhi, it goes away. Brahmaivahamasmiti jnanena jivasya parichinnatva abrahmatva nivrittihi. So, aham brahmasmiti jnanena. So, aham brahma, this knowledge. What does it remove? The parokshatvam. And brahma eva hamasmi. That knowledge removes what? Parichinnatvam. So, because this is both the ways. So, that's why it is anyonyatadatmya. So, parichinnatva. So, what does it remove? Parichinnatva and parokshatvam. These are the two things which are eradicated when the cognition aham brahmasmi takes place through the Vyakhya Tattvamasi. It is a cognition. Remember this very well. Kim bahuna, what to speak more? Janena sarva samsara nivritti. Are you are just talking only about what? Abrahmatva nivritti or parokshatva nivritti. He says, Kim bahuna, by this knowledge, sarva samsara nivritti, the entire ocean of misery is eradicated. Sarva samsara nivritti. Tatascha, and then after pratyagatma khande karasa brahmanandatmana vatisthate, he stands as the infinite ocean ekarasa of ananda over there. Brahmaveda brahmaiva bhavati, and that's why it is said, he who knows Brahman is Brahman. Brahmaveda brahmaiva bhavati. Kshetra jnayorevam antaram jnana chakshusham bhuta prakriti mokshancha ye viduryanti te param. So thus, those who know what is the difference between the kshetra, the seen, and the seer. How do they see? Through the eyes of knowledge. Jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti mokshancha ye viduhu. Those who know what is the bhuta prakriti moksha, they understand. Those who understand all this, te yanti param, they attain the highest. Vidur yanti te param ityadi shruti smriti shatebhyaha. And this fact is iterated, reiterated 100 times or even more by the Shrutis and Smritis. Iti Shrimat Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Shrimat Swayam Prakashananda Saraswati Pujyapada Shishya Bhagavan Mahadevananda Saraswati Munivara Virachite Tattvanusandhana Vyakhyane Advaita Chinta Kaustubhe Prathama Parichedaha. Thus here we complete the first Paricheda, the first chapter or the first part, Paricheda part, first part of the commentary called as Advaita Chinta Kaustubh, which is the explanation of Tattvanusandhanam, which is composed by Mahadevananda Saraswati, who is a Munivara, and he is the Shishya of the lotus feet of Srimat Swami Swayam Prakashananda Saraswati. Okay, so here we complete the first part of Tattvanusandhanam. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Om Om. Now, can you stop that? Stop the recording. Okay. Even the live streaming. The second chapter of Tattvanusandhanam, we shall begin from that. Do you people want to take a break, or shall we continue doing the second chapter?